Good morning, welcome back to Friggin' Jeep. We're going down to check the boiler after its first maiden voyage. I stoked it around midnight last night. That's generally the time I like to mosey out and feed it. Cat usually comes out with me when I feed it. It is cold. It is in the high 30s and 10 to 25 mile an hour winds. Luckily I got a break on the wind right now. Didn't make too much creosote last night. That's my creosote bucket. It is running, so it's time to feed it, I'm sure. I imagine my light, yeah, it's down to 170. It's 1 o'clock, so it's gone 13 hours. Let's see what it's got in there. I guess you saw what I had in there, and I stacked this up in here. It just kind of keeps it warm. Yep, it needs some wood, but you can see that mine doesn't sit up inside, just where the temperature difference is around the edges. And I got to turn the fan off. It's blowing ashes out. There. So, and as it runs more and more, it will get whiter inside. But see, it gets pretty white inside. That's because I saved my heat in this boiler in the refractory cement, as opposed to massive amount of water. Which I'd say, if I have to look at it, maybe they did a better job. I have no idea. So that's kind of what's going on. So I'm going to scoop this out. I always scoop the ashes out, because if you have all the coals down in the ashes, then you just don't get the heat out of them. This doesn't have a bottom clean out. Kind of wish it did, but that's something that you learn. Anyhow, I'll be back in a little bit. Yeah, here we are, back probably, I don't know, about a half hour, 45 minutes later. I got all those leaves that I blew off the roof into here. Now I would suck them up, but as you can see, you really can't see all the limbs and stuff in there. You're just asking yourself for trouble getting that tube stopped up, and a little bit of rocks in here, and they play havoc on it. You can kind of see all the sticks and stuff. So I raked all this down, cleaned this out. This gets ready because a basket will go in here, another basket will go in here. And I'm going to bring up what I do in the daytime. I like to burn junk wood, and so I'll bring up some junk wood. That's long-lasting wood. That'll last all night. So still working on cleanup, and then I'm going from here back to, I think I might have taken you back to the Jeep barn, where I'm cleaning out the one side of that. And if I get that done today, I'll be happy. It's a good day for cleaning leaves. It's in the 30s and windy. Not that the windy's good, but the 30 degrees, I'm not working up a sweat, or if I am, it's underneath everything. And I might blow those out. I blew them out a while back, and might do that again. That's next year's wood, hopefully. I'll burn it if I have to. I'm gonna go get some fresh split junk wood. And as long as you give junk wood a lot of oxygen, it'll be fine. So don't like double stacking that. I use that bucket all the time, so I had to take what wood was left in there, and I just stacked it up there, and that'll probably be good to the end of this month. And then I'll do a calculation. That was probably a quarter of a cord that might have been in there. That's about all that was, maybe plus or minus a little bit, maybe. So I'm gonna go dump that down yonder and look for a basket of crappy wood to bring in here, just to burn. In the daytime I burn crappy wood. What's the point? I'm here, I can keep stoking it and stuff like that. So burn the garbage wood, burn it up fast, get rid of it. It's still heat, and then I save the good stuff for later. Yeah, I got all these leaves up. I got this all cleaned out. I think I'll probably take them out and take them down to a shed. I just don't feel like getting them wet, and now I really don't need them, but I'm glad that I got them. They're good. I can't find my ash bucket, my clean out ash bucket. There's where I put the lid. I guess I showed you guys those shelves over there. And as Jeffrey says, I'm horizontally space challenged, which he ain't exactly unchallenged in that aspect either. So anyhow, it's 1:45. The clock is right now, I'm pretty sure. And we're sitting at a little under 180. You can hear the house column, the house thing going. And until those pipes, okay, a long time ago when I built that, you couldn't get PEX. I think I've gone over that before. There was no such thing. And then PEX came along, but it wasn't insulated. They have, you know, that all sorts of insulated PEX and stuff now. So this is what's going through my ground. So it's not insulated. It's just going up to the house, which is about 100 foot. And so once it takes a little while for that ground to warm up, it uses a little less wood. And you also got to remember, I'm heating a 6,000. I'm heating 6,000. It's not living 6,000. The one whole area from that wall that comes out to the end of the house is not. It's not a living area there. But and you've seen in the basement. So we're heating the basement and 3 stories in the dining room there, which a lot of people don't even see. That's 30 by 24. I don't know, 16 by 30. I don't remember what that size that is, but it's house is around 6,000 square foot. So yeah, I burn twice as much as everybody, but I'm heating twice as much. I'm also heating the garage. I keep the garage up to a nice temperature. Let's go out and see what's cooking in the greenhouse. It's in the high 30s. Oh, I forgot to shut that vent in the greenhouse. Ah, I like the smell of smoke. It smells good. I got to clean the stack out. I looked at that yesterday, and it has a little obstructions in it, but not enough that it ain't working. Yeah, I forgot to close that. With the wind blowing, that'll blow right through there. This old plastic is so wore out. There, close that. That still hasn't dried out from what it was at. What's the temperature in here, guys? It is, looks like about 62, 60 something. Not much sun out, on and off sun, but does pretty good in here. That looks pretty good. That needs cleaning out in there too. Got a lot of cleaning out to gear things up. So I'm gonna dump that load of leaves. We're smoking right now. I just put a couple sticks of wood in there. Let's go. There, that latched. It's not blowing right now. Once it blows, it'll clear up. Oh, I think it just came on. So it'll blow out the. Yeah, it'll clear up now. You watch. Of course, it's gonna make a liar out of me. It does. It's got fresh wood in there. They always seem to smoke when you put fresh wood in there. It's because the wood that you're putting in there, it's 30 degrees, 39 degrees, and then you throw it into a hot place and you got condensate. So half of that is condensate. I don't know whether I can't see it in the film. It's clearing up. All right, we're dumping that, and then we're heading back to the thing, and I'll find the tripod. You can watch me work my butt off back there for a few minutes. We'll see you. Bye-bye. Well, this is the mess that I'm working on. And by the time I get to the back, I'll be wore out because these are heavy and wet because I didn't get them up before the rain. And I'd have brought you on a tripod, but I don't, to be honest with you, I forgot to go get it, number one. Number two, I don't know where it's at, so I got to search around for it. So I'm going to rake these, then my rest up in between getting some of these, I don't know, probably just get a bucket full. I stomp them down. It gets quite a few in there, but in between getting this bucket full and the next bucket full, if the old senile guy can remember, I'll go find them. So that's what I'm working on. We'll see you. Man, the sun came out. Well, that's where I'm at. That's about a bucket load's worth, which is about from here to there, about that much. And if you have a tractor and you don't have one of these big lightweight material handling buckets, I highly recommend getting the biggest thing you can get, because that thing has got a lot of leaves in it, because I'd put them in, stomp them down, put them in and stomp them down. So now I'm going to go over there and dump. This goes into that pile over there, and then I'm going to go look for the tripod so you guys can watch me rake some leaves. I know that's what you want to do on the day after Thanksgiving. You're sitting there by the TV or by your computer watching a knucklehead do this. What a mess. And they're probably over a foot deep. And when you get down to the bottom, I'll show you, they get pretty nasty, but I got to clean them up to here. Then I'll take the leaf blower and blow those that way, and it'll protect a little bit. I probably should put a leaf fence or a snow fence up there to keep them out. There's why I don't like a hickory tree. Can you see it, those low branches just coming out the side, just eye pokers. So we'll be back in a little bit. Yeah, I still have the Jeep sitting back here. Whew, always something to do. Anyhow, I got to get back at it. I got to empty that, look for the tripod, and bring you guys back in a little bit. We'll see you. Well, I found the tripod, found a couple other things that I kind of should have had put away, but I didn't. So, and believe it or not, I'm kind of wore out from doing this already. So, I'll show you a little bit of what it takes. It ain't no easy. It's not a mentally hard job. It's more a little bit physically hard job. I'm too old to be physical. It's getting cooler out. It's probably about 35. The sun went away, which doesn't help me at all. But I'll get a few more up today, and if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. And there's too many sticks in these things to bring a leaf back up. Sometimes you get big bundles full, sometimes you don't. Right now I'm digging down into the wet. And if I just rake them all the way down here, I don't know which way is the easiest. I think when they're dry I rake them down, but they're pretty heavy and wet right now. In the background, I thought I had a jacket on. I must have taken my jacket off somewhere along the line. Now I gotta go find it. This is all heavy, wet, nasty old leaves. I must have taken my jacket off. Here the rocks. You don't want to suck up rocks either. Not good. Here you can see, kind of get an idea of all the sticks that are in there. Now, if I was smart, never been accused of being smart, I would come in with my machines, take that tree down, take that tree up there down, and cut this out wide enough that it goes out that way, and come in with my York rake and a tractor. But that ain't no piece of cake either. So, you know, 1 or 2 days a year you get these leaves out, and just the way it is. Sometimes you just got to do it the old-fashioned way. It's just leaves. You can probably get I could probably get a 6-inch 20-foot hose, but to go all the way to the back, I think it's 36 feet. I don't know how far it is. That'd be a right expensive hose. I'm not opposed to getting that. Been kicking it around for a few years. But I didn't get it this year. There's a big stick. Kind of see it's all wet and slimy and full of sticks. Those hoses, like I said, 6-inch doesn't like it, but 12-inch is probably all right. Man, that cost you another arm and leg. heavy here. I don't know if you can see what it is. It's just heavy. Well, I think you guys have seen enough of leaf cleaning up. It's not too much. Might do some more, might not, but it wears this old geezer out. So it's still easier now than in the summertime. Summertime they'd be more ground up, down, and heavier and wetter. Number one. Number two, if we get a good rain, that gets clogged up enough that the water starts to flow through the good old barn, which I don't want. I probably said that earlier. So I'll get up to there and up to my board that I broke off. I got a Jeep top in this box here. Hopefully it's mouse proof. It goes on that one. It's brand new. Maybe someday I'll get these Jeeps going. I just remembered I got to fix this hole in the roof where the sun comes in. I can't see it up there. I know there it is. I got to fix that too. Crap. Lots of stuff to do. I'll tell you what, if you got a place with a few acres and that kind of crap, you always got a lot to do. Anyway, I'll bring you back maybe when I got this one loaded, or I'm not sure when. So, I got to put you back in my pocket so you stay warm or the battery freezes up. See you in a bit. Well, I blew some of those back. Those are the sticks that I'm picking up out of there. That's why I think I can get the mower through here now and blow that stuff way over there. I started blowing some of the leaves out from underneath that stuff and ran out of blower go juice. So I'm gonna empty this because it's time to empty it. It's a full bucket, and I'm gonna go find some blower juice, and then I'm going to, I don't know whether I'll come back or not. The old geezer's getting pretty wore out. And these are pretty deep, but it's got to be done. Daggone it. And look at all those roots from that tree right there. Hickory tree. You know I don't like hickory trees, but they got a lot of roots. I think if this thing was to go, it'd go that way, but my luck, it'll probably go on top of the building. But that's just the way it is. Got to get back at it. Be back in a while with something. Don't know what. Probably be wrong, because I do wrong right. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye. Well, this looks like where I was when I left. It is. Oh, yeah, right. Anyhow, I'm still getting leaves up. I moved the pallets down to a barn, and I took a load of wood up to the boiler, and back at this, and that's going to call today. So I guess I'll bring you off when I bring you up when I go up the boiler, do a last check before dinner, and then call it, sign out, and go watch Shifty up at Back 40 Firewood. He'll probably have a great show. I hope he's dressed up like a turkey. Well, he is kind of a turkey. Anyhow, we'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Well, we made it back as far as my energy would get me. It's not too far back. Not too far. Those are the boards that let me down about a week or so ago. Yeah, it looks pretty rotten. That's good old oak, but it rotted out. Let me down, literally. And I still got leaves to go across back there. I cut some of the little saplings or whatever you want to call them up there. Now I'm just going to go over and dump them. So I'll try to bring you along for the dump. I try to do it one-handed, but it's not as easy as you think when you're trying to maneuver a vehicle. And when I ride around in here and you guys aren't with me, I have the radio on. It's about 30, I think it's probably about 36 out here now. That's a pretty good load of leaves by the time you stomp them down. I got to rev this thing up a little bit, which is that button there. I guess you can hear I'm watching what I'm running into on the camera there. Now I got to go forward, go backwards, and that gives you where you're going backwards. Sometimes it works, sometimes I just run into stuff anyway. And my arm is completely wore out. I got one arm that don't want to work the way it used to 20 years ago. And we'll just make this pile of leaves taller. And there's a lot of branches in there. That's just the way it is. Now I guess we'll just go up the house, and it's time for dinner. It's almost 5 o'clock. I guess it's 4:30, 4:20 according to the clock here. I think it's fairly close. I don't know what you can see there, kind of glary in here. Works better way up there. Oh, and it's a bumpy road. Never done anything with it but throw rocks from the garden on it. And here's washout. I don't care how big a rocks you put in there. Washout is washout. Took a couple loads of wood baskets, whatever you want to call them, up to the fire ring. We're having another bonfire. A few people come over tomorrow for the bonfire. I think Saturday is probably, let's see, today is Friday, tomorrow is Saturday. I think it's the first day of hunting season. I guess there's probably going to be hunters back here. Sure does look a heck of a lot better here. Look at that, it looks a whole lot better. And that's the wood there. That I'm gonna crack a piece and see what moisture content in it, but I'm not gonna bring you along for that. So do me a favor. We'll turn it off so you can hear it. Do me a favor, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. You're in an echo chamber. I can hear it in my ears. And as the sun sets on a beautiful day, I'm ending my day because I'm wore out. Bye-bye.